think it's a time for the Republicans to do what Harry Reid did in October 2013, in which he partially abolished the filibuster so he could pack the D.C. Circuit Court to get 3 liberals on it. I would go the rest of the way, abolish the filibuster over this, pass it with Republican votes, and have Obama have to veto or accept a bill which strikes out the funding for the Immigration Service and his illegal, unconstitutional action.
All right, what he's talking about there is the fact that the House passed the Homeland Security bill without the funding for Obama's executive order on immigration. The Senate needs the 60-vote threshold to get that to happen. They can't reach it, so we should change the filibuster rule the way Harry Reid changed it. Joining us now is Rachel Campos-Duffy, national spokesman for the Libre Initiative. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
All
Thanks for
right,
having me.
Before we get to that strategy,
okay.
And by the way, your husband is a U.S. Congressman,
yes.
Sean Duffy from the 7th CD in Wisconsin.
Correct.
A proud Republican.
Yes.
Federal judge today, on behalf of 26 states, blocked implementation of Obama's executive order while this whole thing goes through the courts. Now, this is round 1, and they're appealing, but we'll take any good news, I guess.
Right. I mean, and it should be no surprise the Obama administration. Obama himself said, I think, 26 times that he didn't have the authority to do this, right? I can't do it, and then he did it. Here's what I find interesting, and first of all, this of course bolsters what the Republicans were saying, that this was not the right way to go. But if you just look at it, I represent I'm national spokesman for the Libre Initiative. You mentioned a Hispanic organization. We like immigration reform. We think there is a way to do it to bring both parties together. And I think there's a will in the House, and I think among American people to do it. Here's what's I think is most troubling about the executive order, beyond the fact that whether it's constitutional or not, and I don't think it was, and I don't think it was the right way to go. But it was done in such a hasty way, whereas when you work things out in the House, you're able to deal with some of the potential unintended consequences, some of the pitfalls. One of those has been what we've seen now in the headlines, that there are these loopholes that allow people to collect taxes that they really shouldn't be and possibly commit voter fraud. And none of these people that want this amnesty asked for those things. Those are things that the Obama administration either did intentionally or unintentionally. And what do? They create more divisiveness. They create the impression, which really angers me as a Latina, that Hispanics come here for freebies, not the American dream, but American freebies. And so, they create the impression that we didn't come here to work. And so once again, this president is doing what he does best, which is create more division around, and instead of trying to find the points of common ground.
He is the great divider.
And it's not good for Latinos. It is the impression he's creating is very troubling and terrible for Latinos, who really rightfully deserve to have credit for being hardworking and entrepreneurial, because they are.
He's given them extras that people view as them asking for when they're not asking for it. But more importantly, this voting loophole, I mean, that's no accident. That's pre-planned, so that the Democrats, because I believe, you tell me if I'm wrong, 90% of the people who will fall under this executive order, or if not more, would be Democrats.
Correct, but let's be clear. This isn't something. This loophole or this problem in the executive order is not something that Hispanics wanted.
No, I understand that. And that's what that's what the Democrats want.
It's what they want. Yeah. And again, using our community for their own political gains.
Yeah. They're going after Scott Walker. You're from Wisconsin. They're going after Scott Walker. Why did he leave college? A hit piece on the front page, it was at the New York Times, Washington Post. Why did he leave college? Oh, after 3 years he left college. There must be something up. Meanwhile, Barack Obama was offered $5 million by Donald Trump for the charity of his choice if he would just release his grades. We don't know Obama's grades. Obama admitted to drug use, being a pothead, and more, blah, blah. And nobody says boo. Scott Walker did nothing, and it's a front page story.
We don't know much about Hillary's college days with Saul Alinsky either. Nobody in the media is very curious about that too. I think Republicans just have to accept that is the double standard, and they have to just push through. What's interesting is the Washington Post had that, like you said, this hit piece, and you read the article.
There's nothing.
I found out that he was really nice.
Yes.
And he carried someone to the emergency room. I don't know how many times.
It's a nefarious headline, and that's what it puts it in people's heads.
But if people read it, they would actually start to like the guy. I mean, he's an Eagle Scout. He's a preacher's son. He's a great guy.
And you got union mobs protesting outside Scott Walker's parents' house now?
Yesterday. If you didn't live in Wisconsin during the recall election, it's very hard to appreciate what that environment felt like. And Scott Walker took the brunt of it, but every Republican died. We had people casing our house, taking pictures, following our kids, our babysitters around, trying to find. I mean, it was poisonous.
That is sick and scary. Always good to see you.
Thank
you for coming back. All right, folks, we are coming back as well with the president of the Catholic League, Bill Donahue. He doesn't like the way the White House reacted to the condemnation of the Egyptian cops being killed. Don't go away.